Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury. ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury and the Paul Pluto channels. Today, guys, I'm coming to you live. From Sydney CBD. I'm staying at a budget hotel, and well, very budget. It's a single bed. Where do I put the bitches? I'm staying in a single bed. I'm staying in Sydney. I just put my shirt on because YouTube is turning PG, so they don't want the manly chest there. So the reason I'm making this vid is I've got a urgent paid review. This was JU65, and I completely forgot about. Well, it came in late. I'd been traveling. And I got to tell you, man, I want to say I got to make this vid now. So this here is a happy birthday for Jeremy Moore. I'll just read you his wife sent me this lovely email here. Hey, Archie, I'm sending you some bucks for a paid watch review for my husband. His birthday's tomorrow, July 2. His name is Jeremy Moore. And she sent me a collection review. Okay, man, that's cool. Very cool. But I just wanted to make this quick vid and say, looking forward to hearing his fuckhead review. Thanks, Raven. So I just want to make this video. Happy birthday, Jeremy Moore. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jeremy Moore. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip hooray. Hey, Jeremy, I think I would hit her up. See if you can get a tutor out of her, man. See if you can get a tutor out of her. Now that she's sent me a paid review, tell her you need to get a tutor, man. Tutor. Happy birthday, Jeremy Moore from ArchieLuxury. It's for July 2. It's a little bit late, but it's like everything Archie does. It's a little bit half-assed and rushed out the door. Remember, guys, paid birthday calls. Send me $50 US and you too can have a paid birthday call. If you want a paid birthday call and a paid review, the price is 70 US smackaroonies. Come on, guys, don't waste time. Get it happening now. So I'd like to say happy birthday, Jeremy, man. That's cool. Your wife's on board. Hit her up for a watch, man. Get a tutor. Okay, guys, I got to wake up, have a shower, wash, get ready, and I'm doing more reporting in Sydney. See you later, fuckers.